So hello everyone, Vidya here. Today I'm going to share with you on how to be a phenomenal parent and to show up for our kids. I'm just going to talk about what I have experienced as a parent and what I have seen with the kids that I work with being an RTT practitioner. A lot of times I hear many parents say these to me, and I used to think this way too. It's sometimes you know that your teen has all the potential, but he's not using it in a more productive and positive way. They are lazy, they have no focus, they have no motivation. Why is my teen so difficult? Why does he or she does not work the way I did when I was a kid? Look at these kids these days, they have it so easy and they still complain about mental health, anxiety and depression. They get too easily stressed. My teen talks about being stressed, but I tell him, you don't even know what stress is. So these are the very common things that I've heard, and I used to feel the same. And like many of you, I thought the pressures that our generation faced were real, and our kids have it easy because you look at it, there's so much technology, there is so much comfort that they have. But what I've realized now that each generation has its own reality. Our teens face their own reality. Look at them now. They have the constant pressure to look good on social media. The peer pressures of having more likes and friends on social media is so much. The pressure to be just good at all the times, like, from all the activities that they do, from academics to sports to art to dance classes, you name it. They all have to be multitasking now. They're preparing for getting in the top colleges. The mantra that is told the teens is, you can be anything. But what is actually translated by parents and teens is, you should be everything. So they end up being like jack of all, but master of none. So from my experience, I've realized the key to be a phenomenal parent comes down to two things. One is to not expect our children to be the way we were. And the second is to believe in yourself that you're doing the best you can, though it may not seem that way all the time. And both of these, I know, trust me, is very challenging and at times seems very impossible. But that's where we become conscious parents and we remind ourselves on what to do. So let's look at the first one, right? To not expect our children to be the way we were. If you look at it, we were expected as children to be good at everything. That's what our parents did to us. And we did the same to our kids. We put them in all classes. We expected them to come first in school, to be good in sports, to be good in music, to be good in arts. Like you, even I did that when my kids were young, quite young. And then I realized that this is not the right way to raise kids. And I came across this concept, which really made me think. Before I make them do something, I would ask myself, like, am I good at it? Am I good at everything? So as parents, first ask yourself, are you really good at everything? We are not. It's humanly not possible to be good at everything that you do. Because if we were all good at everything, then we won't go to restaurants. We won't need maids. We won't need people to work for us. We will stitch our own clothes. We will take care of our own gardens. So hence, it's not fair to put pressure on our teens to be good at everything. The irony is when we are adults, we are expected to be specialist and not generalist, right? You get a job, a specific job, because you're an expert at that. As parents, let me ask you, would you take your children to a general doctor or a specialist? Would you put your kids in school where there is one teacher for all subjects or a school with specialist teachers? So as an adult, we look for specialization, but as children, we expect the children to know everything and be good at everything. So this is what I realized with both my sons. Most important, that my son is not me. What makes me happy does not make him happy. They have their own set of music, different set of ideology. They watch different movies. There's so many things that is so different, what they do, what they enjoy doing compared to what I like. This is what I understood, that they are independent persons, and I decided to recognize their unique gift and encourage them. So this is one thing that I started really telling them, and I've worked with all my other clients, is to tell them, I believe in myself. I'm a gift to the world. I tell them, I know your friend is good at singing, but you are good at computers or at maths. That way, I celebrate their uniqueness, be proud of their gifts and talents, and most importantly, encourage them to monetize their gifts. By the time they're teenagers, you know that they're good in certain things and not good in certain things. So what is the point in telling them about the stuff they're not good at? Instead, focus on what they're good at. Another thing to remember, how many of you as parents are still working in career you didn't like, or you studied courses that your parents wanted you to do? And that's why another reason we are not good at what we do, because that's not our real gift and talent. I know people for years worked in jobs they never liked. So don't make your children go through what you went through. The number one cause for depression is not loving what you do. So as of today, from now, give your children the gift of believing in themselves, in their gifts and talents, so that they can make a career out of it. So while you make them believe in themselves, the second important thing for being a phenomenal parent is for you to believe in yourself. As parents, I hear this all the time. My clients' parents telling me that, I have unknowingly caused harm to my child, or I have unknowingly resulted in the way he's behaving. But this is what I tell them: don't be guilty. Don't beat up yourself if you got it wrong. It's never too late to get it right now. Imagine when we went for our career, we went through 4 years of undergraduation, then 2 years of masters, and even more specialization. Yet for parenting, there is no education, there is no manual. We just have to learn through the journey of being with our kids. The way our kids have their own journey in growing up, we have our own journey in raising them. Sometimes we fail, sometimes we fall, sometimes we doubt ourselves. But the most important is, as I keep telling to myself and to all the other parents, is to believe that we are doing the best we can. No parent brings a baby into this world saying that, you know what, I'm going to torture her for the rest of her life. No, we think that we're doing the best for them, but sometimes it's not the best. So it's okay if some days we shout. It's okay if some days we lose our cool. What is more important is to have an open conversation with your teens, to tell them it's not them that caused my behavior, to tell them they are not responsible for our actions, and we are the adults and we own our actions. Another thing that's very important, which I have always done for many years, is to be really open with my children and also show my vulnerability to them. So when they were young, they used to think like, oh, I'm super mom, I know everything. So if they used to come to me and ask me something, I'll say, you know what, I don't know this, let's Google it together. So initially they found it very weird and odd that their mom doesn't know everything. But slowly they learned that, I'm human. Though I'm a parent, I'm the adult, yes, but I'm human and I don't need to know everything and I don't know everything. And it's completely okay to learn. And the other thing is I've always shared with them my mistakes. They have seen me make some mistakes. So that tells them that, an adult is not perfect. So they don't need to be perfect. I always remind myself of this, that there's a reason why we are parents. We are blessed to be a parent. So for that, the only thing we need to do is to be open to continuous learning as parents. Our children are our best teachers. They teach us so many things. So be conscious every day, give them attention, validate their feelings, and most important, as you make them believe in themselves, you believe in yourself that you are a phenomenal parent. Thank you for watching me today.